to play a game.
How's it going, guys? Sleepy Jim here. Welcome to part 2 of my co-op guide for the new Extinction mode here on Call of Duty Ghost in the map First Contact. Hopefully the first of several maps we get for this mode, because this mode, guys, is awesome. I'm loving it. Started off kind of meh. Yeah, it's okay. Certainly better than survival mode used to be. We pick up a flare there. But the more I've played this, the more I've come to love it. And it is awesome, guys. Especially in the later rounds once you rank up. It is pretty epic, I gotta say. So I'm looking forward to when we get more maps for this Extinction mode, that is for sure. Now, a couple of things I didn't mention in the last part of this series that I'll go through in this series as well, just so you guys have all the info. By the way, at the moment with this pistol, I've ranked it up to level 4 with my skill points, and right now that gives me the ability to carry 2 primary weapons, and we're going to rank it up to the 5th level, so we have dual wield, akimbo automatic pistols, which is awesome, guys. It really is, especially as a specialist, weapon specialist, with the extra bullet damage and accuracy you get later on. You know, the faster running speed with the pistols. This is a really good thing to use your skill points on, leveling up even relatively early in the game. To be honest, we're probably almost halfway now in this game. It takes around about an hour to beat this First Contact map in Extinction mode. So yeah, once you level up to level 4 on your pistols, you do get the ability to carry 2 primaries, although I'm not going to actually get another primary in this game. Spoiler alert, just because I'm not really going to need one. So I find a hypno knife there, and I actually decide to use this. You guys will be able to see there, it is a throwing knife. I just threw it at one of the little, I think they're called scout aliens, and you can see him glowing blue back there. He's going to be actually our ally now until he dies. He's going to be fighting the other aliens for us and distracting them. We're going to pick up some body armor here as well. So what I'm going to go over in this section while we're waiting for this hive to get drilled is the different classes. Now, I am the weapon specialist class, which is probably, in my opinion, the best class to use if you decide to play this Extinction mode solo, because of the extra firepower you get. But there's a couple of other classes you may consider for that, whatever you feel most comfortable with, I guess. But talking about the other 3 classes, the tank class, a lot of people like that one because it gives you extra health. Once you rank that up, you get 100% extra health, which is pretty awesome. So you have double health once you rank it all the way up, so that's pretty good. The other thing is the engineer class. Now, the engineer class is quite important playing co-op, guys, and if you are playing as the engineer, there's a couple of roles that you really should fill for your team. Now, the first of those roles is, as the engineer, you need to be the one planting the drill each and every time that you plant the drill. So you're in control of the drill, you need to plant that, which our engineer did just there. And the reason for that is he will be able to provide armor for the drill by planting it, and that gives it that extra health. Now, extra health is going to mean that you're not going to have quite as much risk of the drill getting completely destroyed, because if that does happen, it is game over if the drill gets to 0 health. The other thing is, the higher the health of the drill at the end of the round, once the hive is destroyed successfully, the more points and the more cash you get as a result. It's one of those things like your individual skill that you'll see pop up in that right hand box there once the hive is destroyed. So that's the first thing the engineer should do, is always plant the drill to drill the hives. The second thing the engineer should do is to be using the traps when necessary. He should be the one to activate the traps because he will basically make them last longer, so they'll have a longer duration for the team in taking out the aliens, and also he'll get cash from them. And the other thing, so that's the second main role, is to activate the traps, and you're going to see me activating a lot of traps even though I'm the weapon specialist, simply because our engineer didn't really seem to use the traps too much when we really did need them, and you'll see that a little bit later on when we're defending the next hive or the next drill. at the next hive, if you know what I mean. Okay, but the other thing with the engineer that I'll mention is that eventually he gets to carry more cash in his wallet. So you know the wallet limit for most classes is $6,000, and once you hit about $5,500 to $6,000, your wallet is full. You can't get any more cash. So at that point, you want to spend some money, even if you don't really need anything. At that point, you probably want to drop some ammo for your team, or your shields for the team, whatever you've ranked up. Or, you know, chuck out sentry gun or something like that. Okay, so they are the other three classes that are in the game. Now, there are 14 hives as well that you have to drill and destroy in order to get down to the crater where we're going to plant the nuke in this first contact map. Just keep that in mind. So it's almost like the round numbers, and you'll see that as part of the leaderboard stat is the highest hive that you've destroyed, which is interesting. I'm just looking around here for some more of these little stashes of loot, and we find a holographic site, but I've got my favorite site on this vector now anyway, and this is the dual site with the holographic. The holographic site actually with this site that I've got on. And by the way, up here in this little room, you can pay 6,000 into the laptop over in that corner where I'm shooting towards, and that will call in an attack helicopter. You can't call that in when you're destroying the barrier hive, but but the rest of the time you can call it in, and everyone in the team can actually contribute 1,000 or whatever in lots of 1,000 into that laptop to buy the helicopter. But if you have the Vulture, it's almost as good as the attack heli anyway, to be honest. And these sentries are going to be super effective here. So a couple of the team members here were ranking up their sentry guns, and you're going to see them used to great effect when we're camping here in these later stages of this game. So we're drilling. This is the last hive that we have to drill to move on to the barrier hive and leave this city location. And pick up the flare that I dropped earlier when I used the hypno knife. So once again, it's very important to concentrate your fire on taking out the scorpions first. Before anything else, you can almost ignore the smaller aliens while you're taking out the scorpions, because the scorpions, if you give them enough time to shoot their acid jet at you, are going to cause you all sorts of problems. As I've said before, I can't really stress that enough. It is important to take those guys out. So you're going to see me hitting this fire trap here to the left fairly regularly. Our engineer really should have been doing that for us, for the team, but because he wasn't doing it, I was doing it instead. And it did help us out a lot here. But these meteors, that big red glowing pillar thing that just crashed down over where the fire trap is, once you're in the city location, they will start spawning in, and what they do is create a temporary barrier, but they also spawn in a bunch of Seeker aliens, which are the exploding aliens, and they're super easy to kill, but if you allow them to get too close to yourself or to the drill, they can cause a fair bit of damage with their explosion. So you want to take them out early once you see that meteorite landing, once it comes down. So we have another one over there. Okay, we're going to hit the fire trap again. Yeah, with this Extinction mode, I've got to say I'm really impressed with it. Especially with the fact that you rank up and that you can then get the challenge relics unlocked, because that adds a little bit more playability into it to try and come back and beat this map with the relics on, you know, potentially with a couple of the relics, or if you're going to be totally insane, you could try and do it with all the relics on, which would be incredibly hard, even with all your top tier equipment. But that's a pretty cool idea, and even though this mode is completely different in many ways to Zombies, and is probably closer to Horde 2.0 from Gears of War, It even has a lot of elements similar to Left 4 Dead in it as well. It is really, really good. I'm loving it. Now, we're just about to destroy this last hive here, and going to finish off some of these aliens that are still running around. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the barrier hive again, and we're going to employ the same camping strategy that we were using there in that corner while the chopper works on the barrier hive. But it should be stated that really this is the slow way of doing it that you're going to see us do here, because we basically leave the chopper to do its thing and just concentrate on surviving and killing the aliens. But you're really best, if you want to take out this barrier hive quickly, you're best to try and have at least one team member, maybe two team members even, going and shooting at that barrier hive to try and take it out quicker. And that really does speed things up, like maybe twice as fast you can get rid of that barrier hive. Using things like the soap flam, airstrike on it, or the blowing up your cans of gas. Once the choppers reach the area and it kind of starts shooting at that barrier hive, is the best time to start doing that. Then you can get rid of that barrier hive super fast as well. Okay, so I'm just waiting until most of the aliens have spawned in and started attacking us before I hit that fire trap again, but we will be using the fire trap just like we were doing before as well. The other thing that I really love with dual wield weapons like this, and this is how I used to use Mustang and Sally as well sometimes, is you can basically fire one of the akimbo pistols, and then when that runs out of ammo, you can reload it while you're firing the other one to keep a constant stream of fire going. It takes a little bit of practice to do that effectively, but that does work pretty good, so you don't really have to ever go without having, you know, bullets shooting at the enemy. And I really didn't rank up my death machine too much in this gameplay. I think I left it at the level 1. You don't get much ammo, you only get like 100 rounds, so it doesn't last very long unless you rank it up. Of course, when it gets more effective. But we did miss several of the challenges later on. Like previous to this, you may have noticed there was a challenge to only use assault rifles, or not to only use assault rifles, but to get a certain number of kills, something like 25 kills with assault rifles. And none of us had an assault rifle, so we probably could have bought an assault rifle to do that challenge, but we weren't too worried about it, so we just decided to leave that one. And there's a few others later on that's just not practical to do when you're just simply trying to survive, especially in the next area. Now, if you think that this area, this town location, is getting pretty hectic and pretty crazy here, which it is, just wait till we get to the cabin location and the crater, guys. It is going to get insane. And you'll be able to see that in the final part to this series in the next video. But that gets super crazy. And I'm just crouching here so the guys can shoot over my head and stuff like that. Although, I actually believe that you can shoot through your team members in this mode, from what I was noticing last night in this, which makes it a lot easier actually. They should have made one of the relics friendly fire. That would have been pretty interesting. So you can see just how slow it is to wait on the helicopter to take out the barrier hive. But I'm going to get sick and tired of waiting. I'm not a very patient person by nature, and I'm going to get a little bit impatient with this strategy we're doing here and head over to shoot at the barrier hive myself. A little bit later on you'll see that. But you can see we are pretty comfortable here with this setup, with the turrets going. We got the ammo drops, we got the armor drops. Really, really comfortable. Not in any threat whatsoever here, using this particular camping strategy that we've got going. We get some more of these Seekers coming at us. So you do want to vary your weapons between your pistol and your other primary or primaries, just so that you're using the ammo in the most effective way. Okay, and I get a meteor almost land on my head right there. But they always land in exactly the same spot. And the other thing is, with the aliens like the scorpions, you'll work out after a while the pathfinding and where they always basically land, so you know where they're going to go when they're hopping around the map, and you can sort of anticipate where they're going to land so you can take them out. They don't really mix it up too much, and I chuck out a vulture there just because I was getting up towards my cash cap, my wallet cap. And the vultures are awesome, guys. Especially, I don't rank this vulture up too much. I think I rank it up to level 2 or level 3, but all the way up, guys, they are unbelievably good. Like, if you think of the sentry gun, and I'm starting to try and take out the hive here myself as well, but if you think of that sentry gun and how good that is, the one downside with the sentry gun is the aliens will attack it and jump on it and try and take it out. We're camping behind the sentry guns here so we can protect them for the most part, but the advantage of the vulture is it obviously flies around, so the aliens can't actually attack it, although I guess the scorpions probably could spray some acid towards it. But the other thing is, it follows you around the map, so it's not something that you have to pick up and carry to take with you. It will automatically track you and give you a backup, protect your 6. So it is really awesome once you get up to a high enough rank to get that. In terms of the ranks in Extinction mode, the highest rank is 30. So once you get to level 30, actually level 29 I believe you're able to unlock everything, but level 30 you actually will automatically prestige, if you like, back to level 1, but you'll have a special icon, and that also gives you the ability to unlock the relics. And all the relics are like handicaps that you can switch on during the game that make it more challenging. And but if you have them switched on, they will give you more points during the game if you're interested in ranking up on the leaderboards. So that's pretty cool. And there is an achievement as well for getting through this Extinction mode here on First Contact, getting back to the chopper at the end, having used one of those relics. Okay, just a tiny little bit left here on the barrier hive, and we will be heading on through after that to the next area, which is the cabin and the crater, where we will hopefully plant the nuke to complete our mission here. So I hope you're enjoying this series, guys. Please remember to rate and comment as always, and we will move on to the final part in the part 3 of this series. After we pick up some cash, we're going to head on through to the cabin. Catch up with you guys next time.